Well, welcome to the shores of Georgian Bay. I'm on the rocks here. Actually, the rocks are a great fossil bed. There's good shells and actually trilobites. In fact, I just stopped to make some tea. I put a fire here, lots of fresh water, got a teapot, and I thought I'd stop and give a little EDC kitchen, my car kitchen, one I would take with me on day trips and longer in the car. Just thought I'd show you, this is a piece of the shale. There's a trilobite shell in there. You see it's burnt a bit. This is actually expired oil-bearing shale. It used to be not very economical to extract it. Anyway, this is my car kitchen, I guess, and it's got bigger, so I just thought I'd go through it. Now I carry a grill in the car for just such a purpose. Kettle, a metal kettle like that, or teapot is good, because a lot of the things I carry, just add hot water and you've got yourself a meal or part of a meal. Now, we had a very dry summer and there was a fire ban up here, most places, so when there's a fire ban I carry a stove, and the stove I carry is a very small collapsible one, and there's a variety of prices and weights you want to carry. This is basically it, and it just pops open like this, goes around. That's the top. Has a gas canister, the most expensive part, but it's very economical. And there's my stove. Now I can do this over here because there's a nice rock between this and my gas. Now, if it's windy, and it usually is, you've got to do something about that. Put it in a shaded place. If you don't have that, I carry a few things. Now, this is a great metal cup. You can cook on it, so you can use it to make just one cup of simple tea. And this one actually has a lid, which is good. Inside, because you've got all the storage space, I've got miso soup, beautiful stuff to carry with you, great for camping. In fact, I might have miso soup today on the table there. Sometimes I carry with me a small espresso maker, and because of that I would have fresh ground coffee. And this is the windscreen. Now, it didn't come with this. This is for a expansion joint or a hose clamp joint for plumbing. You would have a clamp around there, but it fits perfectly around here, very tight. I just put these little hooks on there, and I can carry that also in my cup. That fits in there. So you can cook in the cup, but cook a couple of things. This I bought in an area of Toronto called Little India, and it's a friction, holds down these two beautiful clamps, and you've got two containers. Now the bottom one I've stuffed with things that take hot water. So I've got oolong tea, more miso soup, jasmine tea, oolong tea, more miso soup, some herbs and spices, always good if you're making things to spice things up, some green tea, some cinnamon sticks, and some sugar. All these things fit very neatly into here, and they are dry. All they really need is water, and Bob's your uncle, you put yourself a meal. In the top section, which has got a lid to it, some vinegar, hot sauce, soy sauce, flat stuff, look, Parmesan cheese, crushed red pepper, more cheese, bouillon cubes, fantastic. You know, you got yourself a soup there, and it's in a cube, and you know, half a cube is a cup. Inside the bag, I've got some couscous, once again, just have water, sit there, I put on the bag what you need to do, 1 to 1 1/4 ratios. I'm carrying some chicken soup, chicken noodle, like the noodles. Here, if I'm carrying any bread with me and I want to make toast, peanut butter, jam, honey, marmalade. I didn't even buy those, I think I picked them up in a diner. I have some windproof matches, waterproof matches. A knife. I always carry a knife usually. This is my primary knife. It's a beautiful Damascus steel blade, buck knife. It sharpens easily. I like steel rather than stainless steel. It holds the sedge better, sharpens it better. And when people say, oh, but it'll rust, then if it rusts, you're not taking care of your knives. And I always grease it, some oil before I put it away. Anyway, always carry that, but carry more than one knife. You never know. And obviously you can't. That's only a camping knife. So I have this one I made out of a saw blade. It's, what do we say, fuck off sharp. And some cordage yes, cordage, which can be used for tying things if you untie it from there. And I just made a sheath out of duct tape. I've got a couple of spoons. Why two? Well, I might have company. And to pick things up, there's nothing easier than chopsticks. So you can make your own, but yeah, easy purpose built. You're washing up after you've done all this cooking. I've got some biodegradable soap. It's good for your face, for your hair, for pots and pans, salt water, fresh water, and biodegradable. Scrubby, don't know how much it's going to be burnt on. In this container, it actually has pockets at the side. And thinking of things, I have some tequila in a hip flask. Not much. There's some mosquito coils in here. We've had very few bugs, but I think there was. It's good to be comfortable whilst you're camping. Source of fire, another source. It's a waterproof container for a Bic, easily replaceable. Other side, I'm carrying another little hip flask. This has got an ounce of brandy. That's good for your coffee. So I've got some brandy in there as well. So you've got to think of your pleasures. Wiping up. These are dehydrated napkins. It's basically a pill, put it in water, it pops out, and you've got this very nice biodegradable, very strong napkin. There's some char cloth in here, good for starting fires. There's some resin, good for starting fires. There's some mystical fire, put into your fire at night before you go to bed. Lovely colours, greens and things like that. But don't cook over fires that have been used at, because it's also got lots of horrible chemicals in there. So that's it. Now, there's a couple of extra things. Some rice, just in case you've got food filler. If you're having things bland, it's to spice food up, it's always nice. I have one of these little things of chipotle sauce. Always got a spare flash, right? At the bottom of the bag, you never know where you're camping, I throw kindling. So I've got bits of dry wood, birch bark, some easy bark, easy start. A couple of these things to pick up hot containers. I usually have a Leatherman, which I use, and I put a piece of this square hardware cloth at the bottom, which actually makes a really good little fire grill. So if you're making a micro fire, you haven't got much fuel, or it's just you're in a confined space, you've made a lean-to, this is good just to put your gear on, so it doesn't fall over the place. Anyway, that's Camp Kitchen. So from beautiful Georgian Bay, weather's going over. Nice waves we have here. I'm going to make something warm and then I'm going to head on up the highway. So from Zinc, enjoy your camping.